Whether you're a college student having to sift through endless papers synthesizing a single topic, or a working class person on your way to work and want to know what's going on in the world, in today's video we're taking a look at the perfect solution. NotebookLM. Simply input your articles or videos, and NotebookLM will synthesize those key points into a concise, engaging podcast. Now you can stay informed on the go while you listen to summaries of complex topics while commuting, working out, or relaxing. So this is NotebookLM's interface. So as soon as you log in, this is what you're going to see. And all you have to do is click on sources. And as you can see, you can add a Google Doc, a Google Slide, a website, a YouTube link, or text. So what you can do is if you find a video that you're interested in, but you don't have the time to watch it, you'll put it in here. And what they just added about a month or two ago is the ability to have a self-generating podcast. What that means is the information that you put into this will generate itself as a two-person podcast. Right now it's only in English. I'm sure they'll add more, or you can always translate it to a different language using a different LM. But it's going to synthesize the information that you give it and be specific and personalized to you. So for example, let's say I wanted to know different use cases for AI. I can go to different websites, copy the website into here, go back into NotebookLM and go to website, paste the website, and now you'll see on the left-hand side. So what you can do is if you have a topic in mind, let's say I wanted to find the best use case scenarios for different AI models. So let's say I wanted to find one that's great for transcribing. I can go to website, copy and paste the link. And as soon as I click insert, NotebookLM is going to read that website and focus up over here and input that into my guide. Now what I can do, let's say I wanted to find the best use case scenario for an AI that's focused on transcribing. I'm going to research for multiple different AI models. So I'll click here. Maybe I wanted to do this for transcribing. I'll come in and click on insert. It's going to read the website and it's going to add that information to the summary. And down here, it shows you that it has two sources. Now, let's say I keep adding more. I can take these websites and now I can tell NotebookLM to break down each use case for the LLM and tell me the best websites to use for each one. The best website to use for planning my next vacation. I can click on Notebook Guide and now I can see this button that says Generate. And once I click Generate, what this is going to do is create a conversation between two AIs, one male, one female, and they'll bounce off each other. And what it's going to do is going to summarize all the information that you gave it. So right now, I only have 2 articles in here. The more articles that I have, the more it'll have to synthesize, the longer this is going to take. I did it with 1 article before. It took about 2 or 3 minutes and it was good to go. So I'll see you back when this finishes up. So now this is all done recording and this is what it sounds like. Okay. I will have the full thing in the comments below if you want to listen to it. The more you add, the more intricate the summary is going to be. And of course, whatever you're doing here, so now this is finished loading. So it sounds like this.
All right. So, we're diving into the world of open source speech-to-text models today. You sent over a really interesting collection of articles about it, so let's see what we can uncover.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff, really. So interesting is how open source models are becoming, real contenders.
And it'll keep going back and forth, and it'll act like a fluid conversation mimicking real people. It's kind of eerie, actually, but it is kind of cool. And what I can also do is I can actually type in here and give it a specific prompt. So if I wanted to list all of the LLM's use cases and tell me the best one for each, I can go click on go. It'll come up. If I wanted to find out something more about this topic, I can do suggested questions over here. Right, the key differences between leading open source speech models, how effective they are in enterprise uses, right? I can create a study guide, which is kind of cool, and it all save up here. The other thing, now, let's say I wanted to create a new one, and instead of, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back over here, and I'm gonna create new, and now I want to look up, let's say I'm still in college, or I'm doing a work thesis or something along those lines. I can come over here. I can either give NotebookLM my own information. So this is something that I made in college about 10 years ago, right? I'm a special education teacher. This is all about ESL and education programs. Or I can copy and paste my Google Doc and bring it into here by going to add source and copy text and then paste it in here. And now what it'll do is it'll synthesize all this information and give me other things. So Again, the suggestion questions will change based on what I give it. So you can tell that it's reading it. Again, down here it can make mistakes, so make sure that you double check the summary. If the summary is off, make sure you're doing your due diligence. I can also go to customize so that when I'm ready to generate my podcast that I can listen to in the car, on the train, at work, or working out even, right? I can customize it. I can tell it exactly what to focus on. So I can ask it to focus on, tell me the limitations of a multi-sensory approach, right? I can come over here and ask the host to focus on the limitations of multi-sensory approach and then click on generate. And that's what it'll focus on using the information that I gave from this article that I created years and years ago, and also this scholarly article that was made about 10 years ago, okay? The more that I add to this, the more that it's going to be specific and generated towards me. So it's almost like you're training your own language model, which is kind of cool. And the audio overview makes it so that you can listen to it anywhere. You can synthesize information in an easy to digest source that you can listen to anywhere, right? Scholarly journals have scholarly reading levels, right? College level reading levels. So if you're not in tune with specific wording that the text is using, this can also guide you and make the information a little bit easier and a little bit easier to comprehend. Again, I will leave both this conversation and the conversation about the different AI learning. I will leave this conversation and the LLM conversation down in the description below if you want to take a look. This is all free. It does take a little bit to generate the conversation, but this is completely free, which is amazing. It is absolutely fantastic. And again, if I'm just trying to figure out specific things about the text that I read, I can start typing in here. If I wanted to ask, how does multimodality improve writing for students with disabilities? What this is going to do is generate what it got from the article and cite its source. Cite all of its sources, and then you can use this for your own information, right? Scaffolding, text-to-speech, word prediction, Google Docs I use with my kids all the time because of its speech-to-text features, right? Integrating technology into how you do things, auditorily and kinesthetically, as well with visual learners, things along those lines. I got that all from these two articles, and then I asked NotebookLM to synthesize that information for me, and it cited all of its sources. So I can click on the source and it'll give me everything it'll give me the entire website that it got it from. And it'll show me exactly where it got it. Right? If I had more than two sources, it'll tell me the exact source that it got it from and then show me where it found it. Right? In here, I only have two sources. So right now, if I click on this, when technology is used to scaffold lower order concerns, it'll show me exactly where it got that information from, which is amazing. Because you want to do your own research, of course, but what NotebookLM will do is synthesize that information so that it's easier to digest. You can consume it in the car or your way to work so that you don't have to sit here and just knock your head into the wall with infinite amounts of reading. You can bring all of your resources into one program. It will become all up here. You can add up to 50 different articles and then click on synthesizing. It'll generate this audio form, and then you can listen to it in the car, which is pretty awesome. But that's about it for NotebookLM. If you have any questions about it, leave it in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure you let me know. Leave a like, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.